Today is the first farrier visit for Jay-ger, one of my wild mustangs in training. Jay-ger has been a relatively easy mustang to work with. He became comfortable with people pretty quickly. Once he started trusting me, that trust really transferred to any other handler. He just loves people. In his eyes, all people are good until proven otherwise. Given how comfortable he was with other people, I suspected that he would do fairly well for his first visit. After saying hello, my farrier let Jay-ger sniff the hoof stand. This was pretty interesting to Jay-ger. I'm sure it had the smells of all different horses on it, and it probably really intrigued him. So my farrier got to work on one of his front feet. Prior to this appointment, I did do a lot of prep work, including introducing the rasp and holding his feet in different positions. The hoof nippers were a little different in their feel and sound, and that made Jay-ger a little bit nervous. I love how my farrier takes a moment to just rub Jay-ger after that. Compared to the other mustangs I've had, Jay-ger actually seems to find touch to be very reassuring. So just a quick update on Jay-ger. Like my other mustangs, Jay-ger became available for adoption after being gentled. Jay-ger has not yet been adopted and is still looking for his person, but I truly am in no rush. Finding a good home is very, very important to me. I'm not going to send him away to the first person who wants him. I really want to make sure that it's a good fit and that the person truly treasures him, because this horse deserves all the love in the world. So until Jay-ger finds that perfect person, he'll stay here with me, and I'll continue to do as much as I can with him. Another obvious update from Jay-ger is that he is now in the domestic barn. Merlin moved here first and then was followed soon after by Jay-ger. Jay-ger settled into this space pretty quickly, but I will comment and say that similar to Merlin's reaction, Jay-ger was also pretty worried about the concrete floor. Just something to keep in mind if you're ever working with a Mustang or just need some ideas for desensitizing. So as you can see, Jay-ger's been a little bit worried, and I'm just rubbing his forehead while the farrier finishes up on his hoof. Even though Jay-ger was a little nervous, he did pretty well with this. Yeah, he's been one of my favorites. My farrier actually really liked Jay-ger, so it was quite the compliment to Jay-ger. Wow, that's pretty heavy.
And that's not bad. I've actually taken more off this thing. The first time I did this one was a double guarded one, and it was 2 nipper ones.
In case you didn't hear that, my farrier was telling me that he had a Mustang that had a lot more growth than Jay-ger. It was a much older Mustang when it was gathered and needed 2 runs of the nippers during that first trim. So Jay-ger's growth wasn't all that bad in comparison, although it still, to me, made a very big difference. I definitely laughed out loud afterwards when I saw his hoof and how little it was in comparison to starting out.
One of these times you'll find one that has
Oh, I'm planning on it.
yeah. Just a matter of time and
Yep. Yeah, Jay definitely was up for consideration, but timing is just not good. So I do want to mention this, as I know I've gotten some comments about it in the past, but the Mustangs that I have all been project horses. This means that I take them out of the holding facilities for wild Mustangs and I gentle them, love on them, and find them good, safe, quality homes that will care for them.
snapping part of it.
Not everyone has the time, facilities, or knowledge needed to gentle a wild Mustang. My hope in gentling these Mustangs is to really give them a chance at having a good home by gentling them and showing just how amazing they can be. I know I've received comments in the past that go something like, how could you get rid of them? And most of the comments I would say are coming from a really good place, like, oh man, that's really hard. But I think some people perhaps are a little bit judgmental on that, and my reaction to that is, yeah, it is very, very hard. Each horse that you work with, you really fall in love with, and I will say that every single horse I've had, I've definitely thought to myself, like, oh, is it possible for me to keep this horse? And right now, the answer is no. It's really easy to tell someone else that they should keep a horse, especially a horse as special as Jaeger, because he is incredibly special. But it's not easy when you're the one paying for the horse. Having a horse as a short-term project is a lot more sustainable than keeping a horse as a personal horse. You're literally going to be investing thousands and thousands of dollars for the rest of its life. So that's a huge commitment, and yeah, I am not ready for that right now. Not only that, but taking in another personal horse would take up a slot that could be used to help multiple Mustangs. It is really, really hard to say goodbye to a horse that you've invested so much into, but it is part of a bigger vision. Unfortunately, I did not record the farrier doing the other side of Jaeger, but it went about the same. If you want to see another farrier visit with a wild Mustang I've been gentling, check out Mustang Merlin's first farrier visit. That was very intriguing, and I'll link that right here. Thanks for watching.